سبيل الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين فجزاه الله عنا خير ما جاز نبيا عن أمته ورسولا عن قومه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. We said now Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, was in his place in Mecca, and just about a month from the big event, the big incident that happened in Mecca. Imagine yourself in that place, Abraha coming with the elephants trying to destroy Al-Kaaba, and you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a miracle protects Mecca and protects Al-Kaaba. Although they were not in Tawheed and they were not worshipping Allah alone, and remember also around Al-Kaaba you have 360 idols and asnam and things. People come from all over the Arabic Peninsula to worship. Yet this happened, and this gave one more step in the hearts of people that this house is a holy house, a protected house. Abdul Muttalib now has 4 kids. His older kids all died until Abu Talib, and then we have Abdullah and Al-Abbas, and then Hamza from a new wife. So he got a new wife. Abdul Muttalib got a new wife called Hala, and this Hala got Hamza also in a very close time to the time of the elephant incident. So Abdul Muttalib thought about Abdullah now. It's time for Abdullah to get married. He asked Hala, her father is a well-known figure also in Mecca. He went, not her uncle is a well-known figure in Mecca. He went to her uncle. He asked for his daughter. You have a daughter, Amina. I want her for Abdullah. They arranged everything, and they were very happy. That was about 50 days after the incident of the elephants. Very happy house, very near to the house of Abu Talib himself. So he got him probably in his backyard or something, very close house to him, and they started this family. Abdullah, and as you know, this family has a very long history of a business between Mecca and Gaza and Palestine. So Abdullah took over for one more trip, business trip, and in his way to Gaza, he made it all the way, and in his way back, he went to his family there. He got a little bit sick, and so the group he was joining left him, and he stayed in Medina, in Yathrib at that time. Banu Najjar, his family, in Yathrib. And he stayed with them. After a few days, he passed away. Now, Abu Talib heard about the news. He got very, very sad that he had just got happy with this news and arrangement and everything, and suddenly Amina now, and she is pregnant. He felt very sad for her. He took her in his house, taking care of her and providing everything she needs. And also the supporting family. Remember, now Abdul Uzza is one of them. His second child is Abdul Uzza. So Abu Talib and Abdul Uzza and Al-Abbas and Hamza. And Abdul Uzza is who? Is Abu Lahab. So Abdul Uzza was also taking care of Hamza, because he has a Jariya that nurse Hamza at that time, and he said, if you, Amina, gave birth to a child, I will order my Thuwayba, my Jariya, also to nurse your child. And subhanallah, after a few months, this birth happened. La ilaha illallah. We don't have a lot of information and strong narrations about how this birth happened and what surrounded this birth. All we know is some good information about that this was a very easy and supported and covered with the mercy of this family, all taking care of Amina at that time. Thuwayba actually took the newborn baby Muhammad, and she nursed him, and then Abu Talib or Abdul Muttalib gathered people on the 7th day and made a big gathering close to the Kaaba, and he gave a lot of food to the people of Mecca, and he named this child Muhammad. And he said this child will be praised and we will be appreciated from all over the Arab. And subhanAllah, not only the Arab, and not only at that point of history, but even after that. The custom at that time, because Mecca, it's a place where a lot of people internationally comes, right? You can imagine a lot of sicknesses and diseases comes to that area. So that could be the main reason why a custom happened, or tradition of Ahl Mecca, is to send their children sometimes, if they can afford, somewhere farther from Mecca, somewhere not close to a lot of people and in the environment of Mecca, and a lot of visitors coming. So, and they were waiting for any group to come to Mecca so they can have a negotiation. This group came. And who tells us the story? Halima. Halima herself is one of that group. She went at 5 of them. Herself and her husband, and of course she has a child, so she can nurse, and then she has a female donkey, a weak one, and then a camel, a very old camel. And all the way from their city to Mecca, they were giving very hard time to the group, because the group is always ahead, and their camel and their donkey is very slow until they reach Mecca. They reach Mecca, and always the best deal is to have the biggest family and the support of a father and a mother and everyone around. So they started negotiating. They went first to the house of Abu Talib, and they saw the baby and everything, and she said, okay, where's his dad? And they figured his dad just passed away. They said, oh, okay. And they passed to the next house and the next house until they finished. And all the other murdi'at, they took all the other babies, so except this baby. And Halima, in her way back, she just whispered to her husband, are we leaving this baby now? Like, we're going back with nothing. Well, let's go and take him. And she went and took Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and subhanallah, she noticed the barakah comes in the first moment she took him. Once she just started nursing him, she found a lot of milk for him, and then a lot of milk also for the other baby, her baby. And then the donkey that was giving hard time to them is now ahead and in front of everyone, and everyone is saying, Ya Halima, ruwaydaki ya Halima, ruwaydak, slow down, chill. And subhanallah, now also in her diyar Bani Sa'd, the area called Diyar Bani Sa'd, the neighborhood of Bani Sa'd, everyone would say, oh, you want to take your camels or sheep or this, take them to the area where Halima take her lamb and things. Why? Because a lot of subhanallah, ushb and things and food. So the time was very beautiful for Halima. She felt the barakah, she felt that this baby is special. Her husband was telling her, we got a nasama mubarakah, we got something very special here. Then after 2 years, she went back to Mecca, and in her mind one thing, that I want to try to convince the mother of this child to keep him a little bit more. This is not enough for us, and we saw a lot of barakah, and also Mecca still has this diseases and sicknesses, so probably we can make this deal. And she went back to Amina, and she agreed. She said, okay, take him back for 1 more year or 2. Once she went back, after a few months there, an incident happened. An incident that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam way later tells us. And he told Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu about this incident. And because the phrasing of this hadith is from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, he said, I said, and I saw, and I witnessed at that moment. So this could be, or it is, the first hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the first words of him alayhi salatu wasalam that we have. So alayhi salatu wasalam was telling that he was playing with the kids, and suddenly 3 men came and they took him from his shoulders, they put him on the ground, and they kept the other kids away, and they opened the chest of him alayhi salatu wasalam all the way. And alayhi salatu wasalam was looking awake at that moment, and he saw that they took his heart in front of his eyes, and they brought a small bowl of gold, a golden bowl, and they said, they were talking, and they said this has zamzam. So they brought water, zamzam water, and they took his heart, and then they pulled something from the heart, a black thing, that the guy was saying, أخرج حظ الشيطان, take the place of the shaitan in his heart, the thing for a shaitan. Hadla shaitan, hadla is a word that could mean a lot of things. So hadla shaitan. And they took it out, and then they cleaned or washed his heart in that zamzam water. And then they put it back, and then they closed his chest, and they sewed it. And Anas ibn Malik said, I used to see the marks of that sewing, subhanAllah. So imagine that something happened. This is the first miracle, and it was shocking, especially to Halima. Once he's back, actually before that, the child of Halima ran back to Halima and said, Adriki, Muhammad is there, and few men trying to kill him. And she got scared. She said, Wa Muhammadah, wa Safiya, wa Habiba, my lover. And once he came muntaqi al-lawn, dark. And he just got a surgery, like a surgery in front of his eyes. And she saw him, she saw the marks, she got very scared. She took him in her hug and immediately went back to Mecca. She went to her mother, to his mother, and she said, this is what happened. And she told the whole story. Amina, subhanAllah, didn't get scared. Did not. She felt like this child is so special and protected, and I don't need to be worried about him, about what's going to happen to him. Allah will never turn this child back. And subhanAllah, she turned him back with Halima, and he stayed with Halima for a while. And then after a few years, he went back to his mother. Subhanallah, in a trip for Amina, she went to Yathrib, Medina again, subhanallah. And she went visiting Banu Adi ibn al-Najjar, the same family where her husband was and died. And subhanallah, in her way there, she got sick in a place called Albaraa. You go to Medina now, a little bit before you reach Medina, you'll see a place, a small village called Albaraa. This is where Amina passed away. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was with the servant of Amina, Ayman. And Ayman took him immediately and took care of him, and she went back to Mecca, where Abdul Muttalib was sad again with the hard news that he will be the one who take care of this child. So he put him like in the top of his priorities, and he said he made his house all servant for this child, and he felt very sad. And all the other children of Abdul Muttalib also served him very well, until only a few months after that, even Abdul Muttalib passed away. So the responsibility of this child went immediately to the biggest son, the oldest son of Abdul Muttalib, who is Abu Talib. And then Abu Talib is the rest of the story that inshallah we're going to continue with. Abu Talib was the one who took care of him until al-Bi'tha, and until we know the end of Abu Talib, عم النبي, the uncle of him عليه الصلاة والسلام. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور. الحمد لله حمدا كما أمر، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إرغاما لمن جحد به وكفر، وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا محمدا سيد البشر الشافع المشفع في المحشر، صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه السادات الغرر، ما اتصلت عين بنظر وأذن بخبر، وسلم تسليما كثيرا. يقول الحق تبارك وتعالى: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم على صاحب الوجه الأنور والجبين الأزهر سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد، وارض اللهم عن الأربعة الخلفاء الراشدين والأئمة الحنفاء المهديين الذين قضوا بالحق وبه كانوا يعدلون، أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي، وعن الصحابة والتابعين، وعنا معهم بعفوك وكرمك يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أصلح أحوال المسلمين في كل مكان، اللهم أصلح أحوال المسلمين في كل مكان. يا قوي يا عزيز، يا قوي يا عزيز، يا قوي يا عزيز، انتصر لعبادك المؤمنين، انتصر اللهم لعبادك المؤمنين في غزة، انتصر اللهم لعبادك المستضعفين في فلسطين وفي سوريا وفي لبنان وفي كل مكان يا قوي يا عزيز يا أرحم الراحمين. أنزل عليهم رحمتك، أنزل عليهم رحمتك، أنزل عليهم رحمتك. اللهم فرجا عاجلا ونصرا قريبا، اللهم فرجا عاجلا ونصرا قريبا، اللهم فرجا عاجلا ونصرا قريبا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا كلها دقها وجلها، أولها وآخرها علانيتها وسرها يا رب العالمين. لا تدع اللهم لنا في مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا كربا إلا نفسته، ولا ميتا إلا رحمته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا عسيرا إلا يسرته، ولا مسافرا إلا بالسلامة رددته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لك رضا ولنا فيها صلاح إلا أعنتنا على قضائها ويسرتها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.
الله أكبر الله أكبر، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والضحى والليل إذا
ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Jumu'ah Mubarakah. This evening we have a collaboration with Lighthouse Masjid, and we encourage all our community members to join. Sheikh Hamza Abdul Malik will be giving a talk about the power of pawn. The Lighthouse community is a wonderful community, and we are so blessed to host this event with them. Please attend with your family tonight at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Hiking Club will be hiking at St. Thomas Aquino Trail. Join for a hike at 8 a.m. Tomorrow evening, we have an Islamic geometry design class at 5 p.m. here at Los Gatos. Please make sure to register online to attend. This Sunday, we have two special events with Imam Shuhaib Webb. We'll have a question and answer session at 5 p.m. With youth age 14 plus, and then a community night talk on stability during unstable time at 6 p.m. Please register online and be sure to attend. A reminder to please be courteous and you drive through the neighborhood. Please make sure to drive fast, not to drive fast. At least I get your attention. That's good. To minimize noise as you enter or exit. And then the last announcement is that a reminder that there is a Entrepreneurship 101 series empowering the Muslim community through venture funding and significance leadership movement. This will be taking place next Friday, November the 8th at MCA, inshallah. Friday, November the 8th from 5:30 till 9:30. Jazakumullahu khair.
You finished it almost the first time.